Clawdbot is absolutely breaking the internet right now because it's a free open source 24/7 AI agent employee that can complete tasks for you while you sleep, while you're on the go, and you could interface with it through text message, WhatsApp, or Telegram. And basically, this AI agent can do anything that you could do on a computer. It has zero guardrails, which makes it absolutely insane, but incredibly dangerous if you're using it the wrong way. So by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly how to set this up, what use cases you could use it for, and I'm going to cover all those different security concerns because this could end up hacking your computer or ruining things if you don't use it the right way. Okay, so first and foremost, we have to cover what exactly is Clawdbot. This is the AI that can actually do anything. It could clear your inbox, it could send emails, it can manage your calendar, and the best part about this is that you could interface this through a bunch of different chats. So we could see right here all the different ways that you could interface with this, and it comes with a bunch of integrations already installed, and we could see right here all the different things that it could do. One, it could run on your machine, so you could set this up on a computer or a Mac Mini or even a Raspberry Pi, and guess what? It'll run 24/7 and you could chat with it. It has persistent memory, it has browser control, full system access, skills, and a bunch of different plugins. And right here is exactly what this looks like. In fact, I want to show you something that I just had this do this morning. So if we come over here, I could say to it, good morning. Instantly, it messages me back. What I told it I wanted it to do is I wanted to go through this X account and I wanted to find the latest tweets, and then I wanted it to learn their style and voice, and then after that, research the top 3 biggest AI stories today and make me 3 tweets. After I confirm that they're actually good, I want it to actually post this. So here's the craziest part about this. If we come over here and I open up my phone, what I'm going to show you right now is that I'm also able to message this on Telegram right here. So if we come over here, we could see that I am interfacing with this from Telegram. And what this now allows you to do is work 24/7, because you could set this up so that it does things while you're asleep, or let's say you're going to get coffee or you're going to do something, you could have this actually take action on your behalf and work for you 24/7. My employees, they only want to work 9 to 5, but guess what? This bot doesn't care, so I can message it all day and all night, and look at this. It literally went through and did everything that I asked it to do automatically without having to do anything else. And if we scroll all the way down here, we're going to see that it actually completed the task. Now I know that this looks like a lot of stuff that this did, but this literally happened in just a few seconds. So now I have story 1, I have story 2, and I have story 3 all in the correct format, and now I could hook this up with my X account so it can actually tweet on my behalf, or I could get this to do this for me. And I want you to think about how powerful this is. If you have an idea, this now knows your voice, your style. You just have the idea, you tell it what the idea is, and boom, it makes the tweets for you and can actually put them out. Now, there are a few things that you need to make sure that you're aware of with this. First and foremost, we're going to come over here to skills. This is where you're going to give this access to be able to do a bunch of different things. There are 49 different skills here, and you want to make sure that you're giving it access to all of them, and some of them do require that you actually insert an API in there. In addition to that, you're going to see cron jobs right here where you can actually get this to run a scheduled wake up or agent run. So let's say that we wanted a daily brief every morning, we could actually get this to do this very easily right here, and we could set up exactly what we want this to do. In addition to that, this will have 24/7 persistent memory so long as you tell it to remember things. For example, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, please remember the voice and tone we used for these. And then what this is going to do is update its memory, and it's always going to take that into consideration. Now, in terms of actually setting this up, it is incredibly easy to do. You're literally just going to open up your terminal and you're going to put this in here, and then boom, this is literally going to walk you through the process of you setting up this entire thing. Now, I do have a few pro tips that I want to make sure that you're doing with this. So here are those pro tips that I wanted to walk you through, and we've already gone through a few of these. So first and foremost, you want to make sure that all skills are going to be installed and the APIs are going to be set up. Again, the way that you're going to do that is just by coming to skills right here, and you will see install, and then if they need an API key, it will actually prompt you to put that in right there. Now, the second thing is using these cron jobs. Again, these are going to automate and schedule out tasks. I showed you before exactly how to do that. Now, the next thing is you want to make sure that you're using Opus 4.5 model. It is by far the best model for this because it's the most agentic. But one thing that I will warn you, it will costs a lot of money. In fact, I went through like $25 in credits yesterday in just a few hours messing with this. So it'll cost anywhere from $100 to $150 a day for me to run this full time. So I would strongly suggest also looking into Minimax. In addition to that, we're going to skip down to tip number 5 right here. You can ask this to break things out into subagents. So you could tell it, hey, use this model in order to complete this task, so that it's not using Opus 4.5 for everything. And then whenever you want something agentic done, you could just have it use Opus 4.5. The fourth thing is you want to make sure that you're treating this like an employee with its own accounts. You want it to have its own Gmail. You want it to have its own access to all your different accounts, and never share your password with it, because this could go haywire. There are no guardrails on this, so you want to make sure that it has its own setup, its own accounts, so it can only screw up its stuff and not yours. For example, I'm running this right now on an old Mac computer that I had, and guess what? I cleared it, I deleted everything, I signed out of my Apple ID, all of that, so it doesn't have access to any of that. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you're using Grok 4.1's API to power the search instead of Brave. Not only is it going to be cheaper, but it's also going to be way more powerful, because Grok is hooked up to X, and guess what? There's major news on there. Now, before I get into some crazy use case examples for exactly how you could use this tool and those security concerns that you really need to take into consideration before you begin to use this tool, I wanted to remind you to smash that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on the latest and greatest changes in AI. I upload videos like this almost every single day, and you're not going to want to miss them. The next use case that I want to show you here is getting this to actually do things while you go off and do something. For example, we could come over here and we could say, I am going to grab a coffee right now. I want you to go through contentbuddy.ai and figure out how we can optimize the conversion rate by changing the website landing page. Please go through and give me a list of optimizations plus priority order for it. So essentially, this is something that is on my calendar today. And what this is going to do is this is now doing this. Look, hands-free right here. It's coming over to this website, and it is going to scroll through, and it is going to determine what could actually be optimized here. Now, I could run off and grab coffee, but another way that you could actually use this is if you have a bunch of tasks in like your Google Tasks or your calendar or your notes or whatever the case is, you could upload all your to-do items today to this bot, and then it could go through and do most of the legwork or most of the actual work. And as we can see right here, it's now going through, it's analyzing this. I'm going to go grab my coffee, and then we're going to see what it recommends when I get back. I'm back from getting my coffee, and we could see right here that this went through and give us a conversion rate optimization analysis. We could see the current state in the summary. We could see all the different high priority actions. We could see the medium priority actions. We could see the lower priority actions. And this literally went through and gave us 15 different things that we could do. It told us the exact changes to make. It gave us a recommended A/B test sequence. And guess what? This went through and just automated a lot of the work that I was going to do this morning. Next thing we're going to get this to do is actually go through and analyze some data. For example, I have sales data and I have ads data right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I have sales data and ads data on my computer. It should be in the downloads from today. Now, obviously, if you didn't have it on your computer, you could tell it, hey, it's in the drive, or hey, you could go here to get this. And guess what? We could have this run an analysis. And I'm going to say, please run an analysis on it and recommend changes to increase revenue / profitability. Now, what this is going to do, again, because this has access to my computer, is this is going to go through my downloads and it is going to find it. Well, you can see right here that the first time that this does this, we do have to tell it to allow right here, but this is now going to be able to actually go through this, do its analysis, and then report back to me on exactly what changes should be made. And again, I could actually do this from my phone right here if I have my computer running. Now, the way that you get your computer to run 24/7 is you're going to want to come over here into the App Store right here. And there's an app called Amphetamine, which actually allows you to go through and keep this open. we're going to come over here. If we type this in right here, amfet, we're going to see this right here. Basically what this does is this keeps your computer awake so that it won't turn off, because if you want this to run 24/7, you need to make sure that Clawdbot is actually running in the background. That's why a lot of people are using Mac Minis, as you can see I have right here, in order to do this, or they're using an old computer. But again, I would recommend that you do not use this on your current computer. Okay, so we could see that this is almost done with the analysis right here. So this gives us an executive summary, gives us key findings, gives us ad performance, and then it goes through all of its different recommendations in priority order from high impact to low impact, gives us a quick win summary. And again, this literally just did this in a few minutes, and you can control this from anywhere. It can access everything, everywhere. And this is absolutely insane. I cannot believe that this exists. But again, I do have a few security concerns here. Before we get into those, I did want to give you one other fun use case. So something that you could do is you could set up an auto forwarder on your main inbox to the inbox that you set up for Clawdbot. And then guess what? You could have it alert you whenever you get an email with a reply automatically made, and then you just approve it from your phone or from wherever you are, and boom, you could get this to automate responses to your emails or to your Slacks or to your Discord or to any tool like that. In terms of those different security concerns and risks, I wanted to come through here and go through these. So first and foremost, API costs are going to add up quickly. And if you're using Opus 4.5, expect $100 to $150 a day in API credits if you're using this with heavy use. Secondly, do not run this on your main computer. As we can see right here, I have my main computer right here. I also have this Mac Mini. I'm running 2 setups of these, one of them on my extra computer, one of them on the Mac Mini. That is how I would do this so that your files don't get confused, because again, let's say I have my tax returns on my computer or my social or something like that. This then would get access to this. Third, do not give this access to your real email, files, notes. You want to make sure that forwarding is set up so that it's not accessing that main file or where the main thing actually exists and can see it peripherally but can't edit it. In addition to that, you want to treat this like an employee. You need to give it secure access, you need to train it, you need to mentor it, and I would expect this to just keep getting better and better over time. The great part about this is 1, it doesn't want to raise API costs, are only going to get cheaper. 2, it works 24/7. 3, it doesn't get sick. 4, it just listens to what you tell it to do. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see another AI agent that can work for you 24/7, but it doesn't come with all the security concerns and it also has infinite memory, I would strongly suggest you check out this video right here that shows you that brand new AI tool. What are you waiting for? I'll see you over there.